everybody, welcome back to Noob Airsoft. Today we're going to talk about different types of riffs that you can get, specifically the type of power system behind those riffs, being AEG, gas blowback, HPA, things like that. Just to give you a little bit of detail to help you choose the best riff for you. So, first thing we're going to start off with is gas blowback. Now, typically, most pistols, not all, but most pistols are going to be gas blowback. That'll be something like this, okay? And you'll have a gas magazine with a little valve on the back of it. Please notice, no rounds in there. Put the magazine in, cock it. Okay, nice and loud, good power out of them, and you can get different types of gas to that. So that's your first one. That's gas blowback. The second type is, once again, it is gas powered. This is a Mark 23. It's an ASG Mark 23, very standard sort of sniper pistol, or sniper secondary pistol. Once again, gas magazine, little gas nozzle on the back, your valve at the back there. You put that in. Okay, you notice the slide doesn't move or anything else, so it's non-blowback, but it's still gas powered. Same gas as what's in the first pistol, and you can tell why a sniper's like this because it is very quiet compared to that one, which is got my mag in it. That to that, big difference. So that's your sort of gas blowback standard sort of stuff, really. With gas blowback, you can get it in big rifles, so you can get quite a lot now, especially some of the AK stuff and TM stuff. You can get gas blowback. The only downside I can see to those, some of them are really, really, really nice to fire and to use on the field, but the magazine cost is really high, where typically an AEG magazine is anywhere from about maybe £15 to £30. A gas blowback mag will be 60 to £90 for some of them, so it's really expensive in comparison. And the amount of rounds that a gas blowback magazine will hold is a lot lower, where some of the mid caps can now reach 250 rounds. Some of the gas blowbacks, you're talking 80 maximum. So yeah, they vary wildly. So for me, I'm not a gas blowback fan. I prefer HPA, but we'll get to that in a second. The next one is AEG. Now, AEG is just basically battery powered. That is the standard across the airsoft industry. This here is my Crytek Chris Vector. This is AEG. It has in the back here a little battery, which we plug in a battery. Now, this battery here is Dean's. That is the type of connector on the top here. And it is a 7.4 LiPo battery. So we just plug that straight in there. And then all you hear when we fire it is okay, it's loud, but they are also a lot of fun. Now, you can get, with AEG and gas blowback, you can get something that's in the middle of that, which is electric blowback. I had a Tokyo Marui 416D, and that was electric blowback. Very noisy, not my cup of tea. I didn't like it. I spent a lot of money buying it. It's my first proper riff that I bought after my Yukara, and got rid of it a few months later on. I prefer quiet and more concealed. So yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea. But you can get electric blowback rifles and pistols. I believe you can get electric pistols at blowback. I'm not sure. Maybe you can. Somebody comment on what. Let me know if you can or can't. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if you can't, somebody should make one. That'd be really cool. And the next thing is HPA. Now, HPA stands for High Powered Airsoft. That's one of these. Now, this is I believe, it's a Wolverine MTW. It is my go to every day. I use this one every time I play. It is fantastic. It is so quiet and yeah, powerful. You can adjust the power on it using a valve, which I'll show you in a second. Um, you can adjust the power on it easily. You can use it on most sites, if not all sites, to be honest. It's just, yeah, it's just my go-to. I love my MTW. I wanted one for quite a while. I saved a lot of money for it, and when I finally bought one, I was not disappointed. It is amazing. Um, I bought this one secondhand from a very good friend of mine, known widely as Mother Goose, and yeah, he sold me this one, and I'm so happy with it. They can HPA guns. I do find can be a little bit more finicky than AEGs. Not too sure about gas blowbacks. I believe they can be a little bit stubborn sometimes as well, especially in cold weather. But HPA all day, every day. It doesn't matter if it's hot, cold, or anything else. It will just work. The only thing is, inside here they have a nozzle. It sits in here, about there somewhere, and they wear out, and you have to change them periodically. This one's actually due for a change now, but it still fires. It still goes pretty well. It's just it's not as accurate as it used to be. I'm just too tight to spend the money on it at the moment. But yes, this is HPA. And to use a HPA, you need an air bottle. Okay. So on top of this, you have a regulator that goes on top there, and you can adjust how much air comes out per shot. With this, it is. I'm trying to think now. How much were these? I think for a bottle, for one of these bottles, a regulator and an airline, because this obviously connects to here. Um, I think it's about 150 quid as a kit from AirTac. It's pretty much the go-to. Most HPA people just go to AirTac and buy their kit. It's it is what it is. You need one of those. The only downside I can see to HPA is that you are carrying obviously a lot heavier equipment. This thing's probably about about a kilo on its own. You've got the valve on there; it's another couple 100 grams. You've got the airline, and because this is HPA and I am very trigger happy, I go through a load of rounds of it. I don't go through half as much with my AEGs, but when I've got this, I carry like 10, 12 mags with me, just because I know I'm going to go through them. I really do. So, yes, you've got HPA. So that is my favourite thing, to be honest, out of all of them. HPA is great. However, AEG, I always have an AEG riff in my kit box when I go out. No matter where I go, what I'm playing, I always take an AEG and my batteries box, purely because if this fails for whatever reason, or I run out of air and the site doesn't have HPA refills, I can pick up my AEG and it will work every time. They are really, really, really good. Some of the earlier stuff, they used to be a little bit more temperamental. They used to wear out a lot, and lots of little electrical problems with them. Some of the older stuff, you see it, they won't run these modern sort of Dean's batteries, LiPo batteries. They run the old nickel metal hydride batteries, and yeah, they don't last as long, and yeah, they're constantly having little issues. I had an old M60 which was constantly breaking down, and that was an old one that was about 10, 15 years old. So yeah, it might be due to its age, but then again, it was never used very much. So yeah, but either way, AEGs are pretty much the standard. If you're getting into airsoft, the best thing that you can do is to buy an AEG. In my opinion, I think the first thing you do is you buy an AEG, just because they are easy to use, simple to maintain. Most sites will have a technician or somebody that, if your local site may have a technician, or your local shop will have a technician that they can deal with. And if you do need any servicing done to it, it's normally relatively cheap to get done. I know last time I had one of my rifles serviced, it was 45 quid. And that was like once a year sort of thing. Go in there, they strip all the gearbox apart, clean everything up, re-lubricate everything, take all the pistons apart and, sort it all out. And then if you want any upgrades doing, obviously that's a bit extra. But yeah, it's not expensive to maintain them, and you're only talking about once a year or so. Just get them out, get them serviced, and get them back in. You're all good to go. So yeah, that's about it for today. And the next one we're going to be talking about battery safety. These things are fruity, and there are certain steps that you should take to look after these and protect while you are charging these. But we'll go into that on the next video. Okay, guys, take care. See you there.